Good morning, everyone. We still have a few more minutes to go. Okay, let's start it. And I think it's start recording. Good morning, everyone. This is David Chen here again. And it's another week since last week we have one training section. Today we are talking about a different topic. It's about how to handle, how to create multiple offer situations. Everyone knows that the market is still not coming back yet. So the market's still a little bit slow. And so everyone said the listing cannot be so quickly, and a lot of people don't buy money. Yeah, you're coming for training?
Yes.
Okay, so have a seat. Yeah,
You are Mr.
David. Yeah, David Chen.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
a new one to your company.
Oh, that's good.
Last
Have a seat. Have a seat. Yeah. So we just started the training.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good to meet you.
Yeah, thank you.
I have your card here.
Yeah. In the office here.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, did we start it already or no?
Huh?
No, I mean, I'm talking to you the
So
in
you're
office.
sitting here?
No. Have a seat there. Everyone can hear me? Can you let me know? Online, that's online.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, as what I just mentioned about it, that today's topic is as the listing agent or buyer agent, how to handle, how to face the multiple offer situation, right? And I will talk about on both sides, listing and buyer agent. So this section we both mostly we say talking about bidding war. As I said, the market is slow, but still we saw some multiple offer situation last week and the week before. I think that the one of our agent listening and say, "Oh, David, we got the 3 offer already last night," and one of them is successful, got the offer accepted. The other one, they say, "Oh, even we have 2 offers, the price still not good," and so they did not accept the offer at multiple offers for bidding the thing. So the bidding was recently, not often, but in 2019, 2020, I think it's very sometimes very hard, right? Every day, every week, we got a lot of people inquiry, our listening agent for bidding war was there, but nowadays still not back to such market yet. But anyway, as a listening agent or a buy agent, you have to know what you're going to do about it. How can you handle it? How can you, present yourself in front of your client? So make sure that you are confident, you know the skills, you have the knowledge. So that's why today's section we go through quickly. I will leave more time for us, everyone. If you have questions, you have any concern, we can talk about it. So let's do that as a workshop today, okay? Let's move on. So we go slide by slide, and we go quickly about it, all right? And as what I said to you already, as whatever you are representing, the important is you have to know what you're doing. And based on your client's requirement, based on your client needs, you have to know what's the best way, how to protect the best interest of your client. That's important, okay? So on listing agent side, normally you have to prepare yourself. Let's say if someone asks you, let's say, David, I want to list my property for sale. I want to create the bidding war. So number one, a lot of people, even the last week when I was in office, one of the agents said, David, what I can do? How can I do the strategy to listen the property for sale? So that's the question first. You need to know. You need to answer your clients. So what you can do, the same thing like you do in buyer, whatever, you need to qualify the seller. Are they really motivated? Are they really want to sell? Some people say, oh, I just want to try the market. So that's a different story, right? Motivation is always important for the seller. So in this case, the seller say, I need to relocate my property, I need to downsize or whatever. So you have good reason motivated, number one. Number two, so when you are ready to do to listen for sale, they say, whether the seller say, David, can I list for lower price before create bidding war? You need to do your homework. What homework you need to do? You need to see how is the market. Generally speaking, the general market or specific area as well. Let's say for some condo downtown, you have to check in this close the same building, other buildings close by, anybody do bidding war already or anything doing for setting bidding the day for the property. If nobody at all, never doing anything, I don't suggest you to do it. The reason is because that you will waste your time, right? So if some people in the area in the same building has such a situation, that means it works for bidding war, right? So that's the number one question. You need to look, search the area, get some information, get in the market, then you talk to the seller, say, hey, Mr. David, I think not a good idea. We don't need to do that. We go by according to the market, going by market price. So maybe that's a better way. So that way you determine this process, okay? Number three, so once you set the forbidden strategy, what the pricing you're going to do, right? So that always the people ask me, David, and the neighborhood, the same condo, the same unit, they sell for 900,000. So what price I can do about it? So in that case, the same way like you, no matter you are listing agent, you're a buy agent, you need to do CMA, check the market, the current market price. So based on the market price, you set the forbidden price. Let's say how much lower, 100,000 lower, 200,000 lower. So that's depend on the same area. So some people maybe some condo only 50,000 less than the market price. This is very common. So in that way, you need to set up the pricing. Okay. The next one, of course, after the pricing is determined, you need to make sure that they're forbidden the time period. Some people put for 1 week, some people for 10 days. I saw some other listing agent use for over 10 days, 2 weeks. So I don't think sometimes longer period of time is not a good idea. So that's normally around 1 week will be okay. So in that way, you will prepared for for the listening. Then let more people. The reason is if too short, if on 2-3 days, maybe not much exposure. So if you're too long, the people get tired of it, right? So that's why I said even a week between 10 days will be a good idea. So in this way, you get more exposure, enough exposure already, so you will get enough to the more buyer properties, see the property you need to get it done, right, in 10 days. So the other things, the same thing like when you do listening, so everything will be the same thing, like the same process. And like the property, you need to check the property whether it's ready for sale. You need to talk to to the seller anything about the property there, about anything, the function, the feature, any upgrade, whatever. So anything if in the property, you need to adjust to not only to the seller, ask from the seller. Later on, because the offer, you forbidden offer in many cases. So offer will be clean offer. We say no condition, whatever offer, right? So if there is something in a property has already some defect, deficiency, the listener have make sure this make it known to other people, right? So if you think something wrong in a property, and the seller will not do anything to improve it or remedy it, in this way, you need in the offer listing remark, you always have to say the property will be sold as is, where is condition. In this way, some people put a schedule C or schedule D attached to the offer when the offer coming. So this is another way. So as a listing agent, you you need to protect the seller and also protect yourself. Okay, so that's called before you listing the property for sale in the market. Of course, after you upload the listing on MS, as a listing agent, you need to follow the rules and regulations, right? Excuse me. In the listing remarks, some people always would say some wording such as the buyer or buyer agent to verify the measurement, to verify the dimension, or verify the prop test. No, that's wrong. So in nowadays, please remember, no matter what, all the MS rules regulations they say you don't have to put those words in there, okay? And also, there's some people say, oh, please contact listing agent for before the offer prepared. So those kind of wording, and if you to the public to the client, you cannot put anything like that. But in the broker remark to the agent, sometimes you can say, because I just one agent talked to me yesterday and say, the property has been this some murder case before they are in the property. What I can do? Do I need to disclose in the listing? But you don't need to disclose in the listing, but you need to put wording in the remarks to only agent, okay? Broker remark only. Say, please contact listing agent for before you prepare an offer. In this way, you will say, we give you the acknowledgement, disclose that the murder case in the property. Otherwise, if you don't say anything like, you don't disclose anything, the property, let's say forbidden or accepted, then you will be in trouble, right? So please remember. And of course, all the MS listing information should be accurate. So you cannot say approximate. Approximate this, that, approximate that. The square footage, whatever the size, should be accurate. All right. So those kind of things after a listing uploaded, so you have to, get everything ready. Of course, as a listing agent, again, we set the date for bidding. Let's say probably listing today, we are in about 1 week for offer presentation. So before the offer presentation day, you as a listing agent, you need always monitor the showing activity. You have to watch it. How much showing today? How much showing yesterday? So total before offer presentation, you need to know what activities they are, right? And as a professional agent, in many cases, the listing agent will follow up all the showing agent. In a broker bay, I remember that we have automatic following up agency. After showing property, they'll send a message automatically, say, oh, how the showing, whatever. But if you are setting up for bidding war, so the listing agent normally have to follow up the showing agent, say, call the showing agent, hey, David, you showed the property today, and what do you think about it? How is the client interested in it? Or you can ask, what's the price you think is good, good price range? So you have to tell following up. That's important as a professional agent before and after presentation. Okay, so also the if sometimes, remember that listening, some agent who say that seller preserve to accept preemptive offer before for bidding date. Sometimes they do this one. So in this case, what you're going to do, if some buyer agent really say, oh, I showed the property today, I don't want to wait until the offer presentation day. What do you do? They will say, David, I send you the offer now. In this case, what you, as a listing agent, you have to remember, not every offer is accepted, or not every offer is good. When you have talked to the buyer agent, say, okay, you bring an offer, let me know what's the price you are going to set in offer, right? And if the price is within the seller expectation, in that way, you say, okay, bring your offer, give me 24 hours irrevocable. Let's say if they don't, they say give me at least 8 hours irrevocable time. In this way, immediately you will tell the seller, the seller said, we can think about it, this offer, if the offer in writing, and if you receive 801 for in whatever, okay, the series offer with 801. So you will know immediately notify other showing agent. Even some agent showed already, you tell them, hey, David, there's one preemptive offer coming tonight. So we are going to entertain this offer. If your client is interested in this property, please bring the offer before whatever time, let's say 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. You need to give sufficient time for those buy agent to prepare the offer, because they thought the offer presentation is next week, not today, or not tomorrow. So this way, when you notify them, give them sufficient time to prepare their offer. Otherwise, if you sold the property without notifying anyone, you will be violating the rules regulation. So you will be penalized by RICO. Please remember, okay? So that's the listening normally you do. So again, there's another
Hi,
way
David.
to make sure that if you set the time for offer presentation in before the COVID-19, always offer presentation is in person. But during the COVID-19, all offer presentation by email. So that's another way. So nowadays, what I can suggest, because COVID-19 is over, and I think still it's better to present offer in person. This will create more, bidding war atmosphere. This will be good for the seller, for you to handle it. In person, it's bad by email. That means even the buyer agent, if by email, sometimes will be also some miscommunication as well. But by email, sometimes say, David, how many offers you receive by email? How many whatever? But if in person in offer presentation, you will see how many agents attending, right? That's another way to avoid some misunderstanding, some miscommunication. So that's important, right? So if you set the in person or whatever, but important also, you need to set the rules, regulation, the rules for the offer presentation, no matter in person or by mail. You say, we choose the best offer. You can say so, right? Number one, you can say, we will choose top three, depending on how many offers coming. If it's in hot market, I always said to our colleagues, I've attended one offer presentation, 75 offers at one property, one night. The agents said to me at the beginning, say, David, we choose top three to work on. So that's the rules sometimes, right? Number one. Some other people say, we give only 2 rounds when offer presentation. That means give you one, and the first one offer presented already, we give second round to see, let the opportunity, the buyer opportunity to improve their offer. When you improve offer, the second round will decide whose offer we're going to work on. So those kind of things you need to set the rules, all right? The important also, we always said, listen agent, you have to know if you have your own buyer, it's happened from time to time, right? So if I'm a listing agent, sometimes the buyer from, my previous buyer, maybe some other buyer from wherever. So they came to you directly, say, I don't want other agent, what I can do. So you need to disclose to the agent who participated in the offer presentation. Hey, David, I have the buyer without agent. That's my own buyer. So in this way, you have to let everybody know. Otherwise, if your buyer without the other agent accepted the offer accepted, later on you will be conflict your interest, right? So other agent can complain you, David, you did not disclose that's your agent. Otherwise, they bring the case to legal again. So that's the kind of thing, ethical issue, you be careful. The other thing is sometimes, of course, some buyer not from your own, from the same brokerage. Let's say in Landmark, we have another agent bring the buyer. So in this way, previous, before Chaser, so this is multiple offer, right? Multiple representation. But in the new Chaser rules, not multiple representation. So let's say you are listing agent, represent the seller. I'm the buyer agent, represent the buyer. We are from Landmark. So in this case, we are represent different clients. So we are not in multiple offer situation. Please remember that. So in this way, no matter what, but still you need to disclose to other participate agent for offer presentation because you are in the same brokerage. Say you are in the same brokerage, so in case if your colleague's offer was accepted, if you did not disclose, the other agent, other brokerage agent will come back to you. David, there's something wrong here. You never said that's your office agent, so that's another way, right? So a lot of issues as a listing agent, you need to be careful, be precaution. So make sure you follow the rules and regulation, follow the guidance. Don't make trouble to yourself and to the seller. Even that this offer accepted without any condition, whatever. But in the end, if something goes wrong, you are the one to be penalized. So be careful. Always reset, disclose. So walk as ethical, right? So that's about listing agent point. So a lot of issues I cannot point out all cases, so then we don't have much time to talk about it. But please remember, anything you cannot, not quite sure, you can call us, call our officer, myself, Sammy, Scott, or even Tony, so we can give you a proper answer to deal with what you're going to do, all right? The buyer agent, that's always important in the offer presentation. So if you are representing the buyer, the people, in case that offer for bidding war, and that this, again, as I say, nowadays market slow, but some buyers say, David, I want this, that property is good, I want to win an offer or whatever. But if for bidding war, even so, for set for bidding, so you need to make sure what you are going to do with the buyer. The same process. The listing agent qualify the seller. For the buyer agent, of course, you need to qualify the buyer. If the buyer everything ready, that's okay. So whatever the purpose of the buying, not like some other buyers are shopping around, but you can motivate already, that's okay. You are ready to go ahead. So in this way, if you see some property for bidding, in that case, so you tell the client, number one, so this property is already set the day for bidding, so we can go to see it first. So if you like it, if really the property is right within your client requirement, everything looks good, whatever, the pricing are okay, the location okay, in that way, you need to suggest to the client. Number one is find out how the buyer's finance status. You say, David, you want to buy the property? Yes, that's a good deal, the good location, good price. So in this way, you need to ask the buyer, did you go to the bank, get a pre-approval? The reason is, if you get the pre-approval for the mortgage, so when you're for participating in bidding war, in this way, you can, get a good deal uh, remove that the financing condition. So all the bidding war, please tell your client that the seller required clean offer without condition and firm offer. Normally, that's the purpose for bidding war. Otherwise, there's no point to set for bidding, right? The seller set for bidding. What's the point? So no. So in this, of course, in a hot market, every offer for sure. That seller, if this listing agent see any condition, anything in the offer, they will reject it right away. But of course, there's still some opportunity, right? So that's why I said, if you buy, it's like the property already, so you need to make sure the pre-approval market get it ready. So in this way, you know what you're going to process, okay? So you have to tell the buyer when you see the property, they say, oh, probably this property, it's possible that a lot of people will come and bring an offer. In this way, if you are really interested in it, let's do it one way. Let's hire the home inspector to do inspection first. Because the reason is, if you put the offer there, if you put the condition in offer home inspection for 5 days or even 3 days, the seller might not accept your offer, even the price is high, right? So always the seller, as I said, they're looking for firm offer without condition. So if you do the home inspection, you will know that whether the property is good or not. If something really goes a major issue, some structure issue, you might not be proceed for offer presentation, right? So to spend a few $100, maybe that's worth it, especially in hot market, right? Of course, when you do home inspection, you make sure get the consent from the seller, because the seller say, what you're going to do is inspection, you did not bring the offer here yet. But in hot market, the seller will agree, will let you to do it. So in this way, both parties save, seller and buyer save some time. Otherwise, when offer accepted, if you put the offer with the condition, of course they don't accept it. If they accept it, it takes 3 or 5 days for the condition. So that's the way sometimes we suggest you can carry on the buyer inspection, okay? To make sure they know the property before you put the offer in. Otherwise, there's no point to do that, right? Yeah. The important, of course, always as a buyer agent, if for offer for bidding, no matter what, you need to get the buyer to sign a BRA, right? So because if without the BRA, you don't have the commitment from the buyer. So if according to the rules regulation of RICO, the BRA should be signed before the offer prepared. So that's important. Otherwise, you lose your opportunity to get your commission. That's why some people say after the deal complete, they hard to get commission. A lot of document missing, this and that. That's not the right one. Also, sometimes if the buyer has signed a contract with some realtor, you help the buyer purchase the property, you are still the one lose the commission. So I will talk about how to protect your commission next week, in May 3rd, and the last section. So you can come back to join the section. We can talk about more about it, how to protect your commission. Yeah. After the buyer show the property, and again, so that's some knowledge, some skills you please remember. So before the offer presentation, what you as a buyer agent you can do, that's the way you in front of your client. show your skill, show your knowledge, show your experience. That's important, right? So before the offer presentation, normally as a buyer agent, of course, the buyer side get everything ready. Just now I mentioned about pre-authorized mortgage approved already. So that means financing no problem. Home inspection we did already. Looks like property is good enough, right? And next one you need to make sure CMA. That means the price. If the price is asking, let's say 900,000 in the price, but the in the market, in the area, in the same complex, property sell 1.1 million, right? That's a we call the market price. So the listing price does not mean anything. Listing price, unless let's say set in the market price 1.1, 1.2 million, right? But they set the price 900,000. That means below the market price. That's the way for bidding purpose, right? I saw that the few listing the day yesterday, the day before yesterday, some agent called me. Oh, David, this commercial property, $1. Do you think I can pay something like that? How much you pay that? I said that to our colleague, you need to check what's the price in the neighborhood, what's the price in this area, what's the price per square foot this commercial building, right? So you make sure that $1 does not mean they only accept this $1, right? So that's totally different way. The same thing like commercial leasing, $1 per square foot, that's impossible. So that's why I say you need to check the market price. Make sure this market price is right for this property. In this way, you tell the buyer client, hey, they're asking for 900,000. Probably that this one in the market is sold 1.1 something. So we are going to bring it up. We can try 106, 108, whatever, right? Depending on how many offers. So the trick is when before you prepare offer, always contact listing agent. I said in many sections, I say, as buyer agent or listing agent, communication is the key. Always the communication. That means for bidding wars in this for the property, you need always call the listing agent. Tell David, I show your property already. My client interest in the property. Please let me know before offer presentation. The reason is you build up the relationship with the listing agent already at first time. The listing agent will know, oh, David, he has a client. In case, at the beginning I said, if they change the bidding day, if you don't show anything, you did not say anything, they forget about you. They may not tell you, David, we change the date from next week to tonight. So you will lose opportunity, number one, right? So number two, as I said, the listener will remember you. Oh, you have a client. I will anytime I tell you. The second day before you are prepared often in the morning, you will call listing agent again, or you will message him. Hey, I'm going to prepare offer. I'm going to register offer today. Please let me know how many offers so far registered in office before 12 noon. Then when you prepare offer, sign off, register offer before 5, before you register offer with the listing agent office, whatever we send 801, ask the listing agent brokerage, call them. Oh, one young street, how many offers so far you registered there? Not they receive, registered. Registered does not mean they received offer, 801 maybe received, right? So you have to ask the listing brokerage office. When you submit the register your offer with 801, after 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, call the listing agent directly. Hey, David, I already registered my offer. Please let me know. So far, how many offers in your hand? Ask him again. So one by one, two, three, 4 times, you call the listing agent. The listing agent will, of course, remember you. Oh, David, have a serious buyer. So in this way, the relationship is already there. Then, so in the process, anything change, anything he will let you know. Of course, you will tell your client as well. Let's say my buyer already prepared the offer. I will talk to my client, my buyer. Hey, David, so far we have only 2 offers. The agent listening say maybe it's 2 or 3 more coming, right? So from student process, you talk to the buyer, say, we do the alternative. Number one, if 2 offer, we give it 1.03. If 6 offer, we give 108 to start. Or if 10 offer, we can give 1.1. So you give this alternative. This way, the buyer and we tell you, oh, David, you know how to do it. That's good. So in front of the buyer, you show your confidence, you show your skills. That's they will trust you as well, right? So that's the way as a buyer agent for bidding war. That's an important thing. Communication and you know the process. That's important. Okay. So that's the before offer prepare offer. After the offer prepare sign. In nowadays, as I say, they say by email. By email, normally use after 801 registered offer. So you will, the listener normally will say, David, I received an 801. Please send your offer before 7. Sometimes they say before 6 before 7. So you email to the seller, to a listening agent. But again, nowadays, as I said, if I'm listening agent, I prefer often presentation in person. Bring them to the office. The office may be easy for you to deal with because this way you get offer signed right away, not wait until email or whatever. So that's sometimes it takes too much time, right? People coming back and forth, maybe take an hour, 2 hours, and they cannot finish. So in person, in the office, probably I can quickly present a completed process. So in this way, the buyer agent will say, hey, you Mr. Listening agent, so by email or in person, if in person, let me know what time I can come in and where it is. So get everything ready. So in this way, in person sometimes it's good for buyer agent to get the offer. That's why sometimes if you want to win the offer, the buyer agent plays a very, very important role here. Sometimes in the offer presentation, the seller will look at the buyer agent. The buyer seller will see if the buyer agent whether they are professional or not. Someone please turn off the mic.
It is Coco Lu.
Hello, please turn off the mic there. So if you are talking, so we are doing training here. So in person, good for the buyer agent. Sometimes, as I said, say that we look at buyer agent, we say, oh, David, you have buyer, right? And how's the buyer? How do you call financially? They okay, or what situation? They say that we ask the buyer agent some question. So if your answer is correct, is right, the seller will like your client, like yourself first. You say, oh, that's David have a good client. So no matter what, during the offer presentation process, possibly they will intend to accept yours if the price is not too much different. Because it happened to me two, 3 times. I presented my buyer in offer presentation. The seller look at me, talk to me, get very friendly in the end and say, oh, David, I like you. I like, if your client, you have such good client, so I will accept your offer. In the end, I got offer accepted 2 or 3 times because of the communication with the seller directly. Of course, listening, there as well, right? So that's sometimes the way you have to know how to deal with, how to communicate with listening and the seller as well. That's important. That's why I said I prefer offer presentation in person as a buyer agent. Of course, in the listening agent, in nowadays, if not COVID-19, I also suggest to do this way because this will save you a lot of time also. And also, sometimes the in-person will be the way is, if the listening say 5 offer tonight, if it coming only 2, 3 agent with client, what? So you will see anything wrong there or not. Of course, the listener probably make some excuse, but still you can question the listener. Hey, David, okay, I saw 3 buyer agent with their client. What are the other people? So this way we'll avoid some miscommunication there as well, right? So that's important. And of course, I only talk about in person and everything. I will not, because a lot of issue, a lot of detailed things you need to know at the time. So after presentation is not, sometimes it's showing your skill, showing your knowledge as again, and say also that that's the way to whether you can win the bidding war or not. So that's the process you need to know. And some listening in the case for offer presentation, normally they will give the notice before offer presentation. They say, please bring your bank draft for the deposit. So listening, if you are a good one, professional agent, you will mention something about it. If you are the buy agent, you want to win the war, you want to win the property, of course, you will also tell your client, prepare the bank draft, bring the bank draft deposit with you. So in often presentation in person, you can hand over to the listening if the offer accepted. Even that before you show offer to the seller in front of a listening agent, you say, my bank draft is ready. Look at this, my bank draft. So this way the seller will feel more safe. Because the reason is not often, sometimes if an offer accepted at offer presentation, the buyer back up from deal. It happened to me only once, only once. I'm a listing agent, by the way, but not buy agent. So the other party, the buy agent, got accepted at the night because they did not bring the deposit check. The next day in the morning, 10 o'clock, they call me. David, my buyer said last night the price too much. They cannot afford it or whatever. So what you can do, of course, you can sue the buyer because the offer is a firm offer without condition, but it may take you long time, 2 years, maybe to the court to complete the claim. So in a hot market, I don't want to waste time. So I told the seller, forget about it. We do it because within that offer night, we have 2, 3 offers at a good price. We come back to the second highest and say, hey, the first buyer, they have something they did not want to go ahead. Do you want to try? They bring the offer back. So we accept the second one. So otherwise, in the lower market, I mean, like a slow market, of course, you can wait to sue the buyer because the contract is contract, the legal document, right? So that's the reason I said it's better to have deposit ready. If the listing agent request, at the buy agent, if you want to win the property, win the war, yes, bring the deposit, get it ready, okay? So sometimes you say, I cannot have time to do everything ready. What I can do? No, doesn't matter. Bring the personal check, present with the offer. You say, this is my personal check. I write it, put it right, sign here already. So tomorrow, because it's overnight for the bidding, right? Second, you tell the listening, tomorrow I bring a bank draft to replace its personal check. So in this way, the listening agent or seller feel safe for that. So you cannot, they say they cannot hardly believe you'll be back on from the personal check still contract, it's still the check, right? So that's the kind of thing. Please remember, okay? And again, I talked about it already by email in person. I don't need to talk too much about it here. So something I need to share with you this. In case, again, for bidding the offer without the condition, right? In most cases, the seller listening is looking for the firm offer as a buyer. This will say, oh, I did not do home inspection. I did not do this and that. What I can do? I don't know the property too well. Then you, instead of put the condition in the offer, you can try to put some clause as a warranty. Warranty is something like the seller acknowledge what the seller states that there no structure problem, the property have existing, not existing, we call that the updated copy of survey, or the property has this upgraded, what this and that. So you can put some warranty clause there. Same thing like condo. The condo, because if you for bidding war, you cannot get status certificate in right away unless the listing agent before offer presentation you can order the status certificate ready. At before offer presentation, you can disclose, send a copy to every buyer agent. Say that's a copy of status certificate. So tonight we're going to have a offer presentation. I need to clean offer. So the buyer agent will get the copy of status certificate, then let the buyer lawyer to review it. So if nothing wrong there, they can offer. So in this way, they can waive the condition, right? They can get a clean offer. So but in the offer, again, I say, if you don't put a condition there, you put a warranty. Warranty, that means the sale warranty that they no special assessment for this condo unit. They no increase of condo fee in reason for whatever. So those kind of warranty you can put in the offer. In this way, even the offer accepted, firm offer, you are protected, right? Your client will be protected. So there are many issues, many things in the offer you can do as a warranty instead of condition. So in this way, you tell the buyer, say, oh, because you want this property, win the property, you want to take the property, they try to get the good deal, get the, uh, without other condition, then we bring this clause, bring that clause. In this case, your buyer will say, oh, David, you're really professional. So you help us, you protect us. So that's kind of thing you need to know. So if you're not quite sure what other clause, what other warranty you can put in the offer, you can talk to us, you can come to us. We will help you for get your client that win the bidding war. So that's important. Of course, there are a lot of issues. And regarding bidding war, the listing agent, you have to follow the rules. As again, I say, don't get any claim after the offer uh, accepted. So as a buying agent, of course, you don't let your client say, oh, David, we paid too much for this property. Though we got the offer, that's pay too much. That's not right, right? So in this way, you make everything should be according to the client needs, according to the market price. The one story I share with you all the time when we do multiple offer situation. I said in Northshire many years ago that the property asked for I think 1.2 or 1.4 million dollars. In the end, the offer, I think 24 offers at the time. So one offer accepted is over 2 million, 2.2 million dollar accepted. So that price really very much higher than the market price. So because that buying agent probably they are not so much, I mean, professional or so did not pay attention to the market, they did not do the CMA well, so they got the offer. In the end, the buyer came back say, oh, I paid too much. No matter what, they have to close the deal, but the agent was complained by the buyer parents. So that's kind of thing. No matter what, if you have to make sure that's really reasonable in market price. Otherwise, not over the market for too much. So there's a lot of issue, lot of things we need to know. As a protect your best interest of the seller, but protect best interest of the buyer. So a lot of issue I cannot, talk too much here. We don't have much time. Otherwise, we take an hour or two. Okay. So I believe that another 10 to 15 minutes for everyone, this question about it, talking about your experience, you can share with any story or any question here. We can talk about it. So let me stop this slides. We can start to have a chat anyway. Okay. Thank you everyone for listening. So let's open your mic. Talk to me, or I can get the answer for you if I can. Okay. Thank you.
Hey, David. This is Vasu. Can you hear me?
Yeah, good. So what's the question then?
Yeah, so yeah, that's right. So I have a question. So I bought a new construction property for my client, and I had put in a condition for lawyer to review the conditions before we proceed forward, right? And then the lawyer did a slight review, and she came back saying, "Hey, I thought you had reviewed, all the clauses." I mean, like, I'm just confused. As a lawyer, they are supposed to review. That's why we have put the condition. But lawyer thinks that we do all the, each and every clauses we review from the new builder before we pass it on to the lawyer. So I want to understand how much review we do in this case for the new construction property, especially.
You mean you are buyer agent, you mean, right?
That's correct. That's correct.
So
I'm a
your
buyer
buyer
agent.
agent,
I have done some due diligence, reviewing some of the clauses, doing all the negotiations with the builder, and then I pass it on to the lawyer for the final review. So how much of review I should complete before I pass it on to the lawyer? Because lawyer assumes that I have done 100%, right? So we are not the lawyers, so we don't understand, everything that is contractually there in that agreement. That's why we want lawyer to give a final say before we close the deal. So I want to understand how much we do the due diligence from our side before we pass it on to the lawyer.
you are talking about pre-construction, is that right?
Correct, correct.
Yeah, that's different from resale. Pre-construction, normally that the builder hand over to the buyer, they do the PDI, right? Pre-delivery inspection.
Yeah,
So everything will go by PDI. If the PDI, because goes through with your client from the builder's representative, so if there's anything wrong, anything defect, so that the builder will remedy it. So after PDI done, you just as agent, you follow up the item if they complete remedy by the builder or not. So in that case, that document, everything will be passing to the lawyer. So pre-construction is different from resale, right? Resale after firm passing to the lawyer. But pre-construction, after PDI, everything will go to the lawyer automatically. So they will get the lawyer to complete the deal, everything, sign other documents there. So for court occupancy, yes. Did you get it?
yeah. Thanks, David. Yeah.
Yeah, pre-construction, again, as I say, PDI is important. So anything PDI should show in the document there. So the copy will be going back to the
Yeah,
buyer, yeah, right?
yeah.
So
So
as an agent, you
PDA,
cannot do too much there because you did not hire home inspector, only from the builder. And you go with the client to, for PDI and everything you can, list out, yeah.
yeah. So there was some grading fee for the lawn. There were some development charges and all that. So I did all the
Oh,
negotiation on my buyer's behalf, waiving off the development fee, waiving off the grading fee, and everything. And then, in spite of that, lawyer, thought I have done 100% because there are one or two clauses which I did not review, apparently. So lawyer came back, oh, I thought you reviewed it. I said, no, I have done all this negotiation. Now it's for you to review it and give me the final go ahead. So it was an interesting conversation, but I thought I'll check with you.
you see that we are talking about developing fees, those levy, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
those kind of fees you cannot negotiate it because that's already in the offer. When they sign APS with builder at the beginning, they will say development charge, whatever levy, so it should be there already, right?
No, I already
Unless
negotiated and waived it off, David, before we accepted the
I
offer.
see.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
that's if they buy directly from a builder, different, right? They have unless they put the ceiling. Remember that the cap rate we call it cap rate. The ceiling will be not
Yeah,
over the 7,000, 15,000, or
correct.
20,000. So that's a go by that. Yeah,
Correct, correct.
normally.
But fortunately, I was able to make it zero.
Yeah,
um,
right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, good question. Yeah.
hmm. If no other question, I have another question, but I'll wait for
Okay.
others.
Yeah. What about that?
Okay, I
That's
can
it.
go ahead then. So you were mentioning in one of the slides about disclosure, right? Where some murder or
Mhm.
something happened in the property, and we put a clause that, hey, you contact me before you put an offer, right? Let's assume, for example, um, the agent did not call me. The buyer agent did not call me, and the listing agent, buyer agent did not call me. Though I had put in the condition that please call me before you put an offer, they didn't call me. But when they call, I was going to disclose that, hey, yeah, this property had some bad things or whatever, right? They didn't call me. They put an offer. We accept the offer, and then later they can come and still quarrel about it, or whose fault is it in that case?
Oh, in that case, that's what I said. If you know the property something wrong, let's say a murder case or something like growing house before, in a listing to broker remarks, you say please contact listing agent before you prepare offer. If they did not contact you, but still your responsibility, they say I have a Schedule C as acknowledgement. You say the buyer acknowledge the property has been in a suitcase in many whatever, right? So the buyer will accept it and without record anything claim against the seller. So you can get the Schedule C there. Even they don't call you, you have attached it often. So that's a major issue. Otherwise, they come back to you, hey, you did not tell me that that's the case, right? Yeah.
Right. Sorry, what is Schedule C in specific? I was not very clear on that.
What is that?
Schedule C is the seller's disclosure, is that it, or?
Yeah, I mean, you can put the Schedule C or D or whatever. They say the buyer acknowledge or whatever, this property has been this and that. So that's a story. You can write it on there. So you put the buyer initial on the schedule and the acknowledgement. So the seller and you say it. Yes.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
No problem. So any other question? I saw the one, Cami, you said something buying practically inspecting swimming pool as part of the other condition during the swimming pool. In winter time, you cannot inspect, right? And you can put the warranty or not a condition. So it just should be not the condition there. So you warn it as the sailor warning that the swimming pool has been properly winterized and that the sailor agreed, let's say, hold some money. Some people know 3,000, 5,000, in case, summertime when they open the pool, if it had nothing wrong, they can refine, release, and deposit.
Right.
I mean, yeah. This kind of thing you can do. Okay, Kemi. Hey, did you want to talk something? I saw some people mic open.